Hi everyone, my name is Faadhilah Andini. I'm from University of North Sumatra, English Literature 2019. In this video, I'm going to explain about linguistic typology, word order typology. So language typology evolved as a method of linguistic inquiry to explore cross-linguistic diversity and genetic relationships among languages. The word or term typology from the Greek noun typos, and it refers to the study of types or a system for dividing things into different types. Retaining its meaning of classifying things into categories according to their types, typology is a branch of linguistics that focuses on the study, comparison, and classification of languages, and also on analysis of the structural similarities between languages. Languages can be classified into different types based on their morphological properties. That we can find languages across the globe in terms of morphological features. However, the morphological classification of languages fell into quite a lot of dispute as the result of a lot of value judgment that was associated with the presence or absence of certain logical properties in languages. So some linguists who would say that languages which we say, for example, the isolating types and the fact that Chinese use an isolating language in very ancient tradition of literature and culture put the whole system into dispute rather than the languages themselves. Next, I will explain language typology from the point of view of Joseph Greenberg. It was in 1966 with the publication of work by Joseph Greenberg that the whole field of typology found in a new life, just like in 1957 with the publication of syntactic structures from linguistics found a new dimension of inquiry which later came to be known as the generative enterprise. So in 1966, Joseph Greenberg published a work called Some Universals of Grammar with particular reference to the order of meaningful elements. For this particular work, Greenberg adopted a certain methodology which later became the methodology of study for typological study. What Greenberg studied in his work in 1966 has now come to be known as word order typology. What Greenberg basically looked into was the order of subjects, verbs, and objects in languages. And since subjects and objects can words but also can be phrases and clauses, what he actually studied was constituent order typology and not really word order typology. But we really don't talk about nearly the order of word in our mind, but talking about order of constituent. Greenberg's study was not really also limited to the studying of the ordering of verbs with respect to their subjects and objects, but also looking at the structure of different phrases with respect to dominant pattern of subject, objects, and verbs. As far as the dominant order of subjects, objects, and verbs, they can have logically 6 different kinds of word orders that we can find in the languages, namely as SOV or subject object verbs, SVO subject verb objects, VSO verb subject object, VOS verb object subject, OVS object verb subject, and lastly object subject verb or OSV. So as the logical outcome of the different permutations of the order of subjects, objects, and verbs, they may all look very likely, and in fact all the 6 of these patterns have been tested in a world atlas that has introduced the syntactic word order distribution known as the World Atlas of Language Structures, or WALS database, consisting of 1,300 377 languages. So according to the WALS database, even though all these 6 word orders have been tested in languages of the world, they are not all equally found. In fact, the most dominant word order across the globe is that the SOV pattern on 41% languages of the world testing this structure, closely followed by the SVO subject verb object order with 35% languages testing this on, and the remaining are only found 25% languages of the world. It also found that the OVS object verb subject and OSVO object subject and verb order are really rare and found in only less than 1% of the languages. From this aspect of the study of the meaningful elements, as Greenberg called them, which was about the ordering of subjects and objects with their verbs, Greenberg studied also the study of substantial level organization of element. That is how do we organize elements in phrases. For example, if you take out the noun phrase, should the adjective be preceding the noun, or should the adjective be following the noun? Of course, there are languages in the world, including English and French, with English have an order where adjectives precede the noun, and French having a structure where the adjectives follow the noun. Okay, everyone, I think that's all that I can explain for this presentation. I hope you can get new information and new knowledge related to language typology. Stay healthy and stay positive. Thank you so much.